Welcome to this episode of Equi-Tea, the transfer blend. We're going to be talking about going from BCC to pretty much anywhere, right?
Pretty much. Your recipe for transfer success from Barstow to the big leagues, so we know how it is around here.
Woo-woo. I'm Anissa Mitchell, of course, one of your guys' co-hosts, coordinator of student success and equity here, help with the Dream Resource Center, our access students, all the things equity, right?
And I'm Maddie Mendivas. I am your student success advisor over down at Special Programs and Services.
Yes, and today we have a really special guest. Before we get into that, we want to talk about the tea that we're going to be steeping with today.
What are we steeping with?
It's actually vanilla lavender honey, and it's a stress reliever. We just felt like we're going to be talking about transfer, so it's going to work out. It's like the best thing for a transfer episode. So while you introduce our guest, I'm actually going to pour us a little something, you know?
So she is none other than our transfer counselor. She is Aleah Jameson. Aleah, do you want to shout yourself out a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So I'm the counselor here in the Transfer Center. I've been at Barstow College for quite a bit, so I love being here. I love supporting the students, and I'm just excited to be here today with Anissa and Maddie to explore more about the transfer process.
You struggling with that too?
I have like baby arms, like T-Rex arms, so I was like getting over the mic, honestly, and then reaching over. You guys are both taller, so I'm happy for it's a self-service bar at this point. I knew you see me struggling in silence. But yeah, again, super happy to have you on, Aleah. Like me and Aleah, this homegirl too. Like if you watched our Pizza with Present episode, homegirls all around. We're just interviewing homegirls.
So Aleah, to kick things off, what is the biggest myths or misconceptions you always hear from students about transferring?
I think some of the biggest myths is that the process is complicated or that they need to be a straight A student in order to transfer. But really the truth is that with a great plan, persistence, and using the support services here at BCC, it's not only possible, but it is definitely a dream that can come true.
And I think right there, she just spoke about the equity part of the Transfer Center here. It really is for everyone. You don't have to be a straight A student, although it's ideal, but it's not for everyone. You know, that type of path, your transfer path is very unique to you, and I think that's really great.
Right. And I know we have like a MOU, but in Barney terms, right, like an agreement as California community colleges with 39 different historically Black colleges and universities. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, I feel like it's kind of underplayed sometimes. Like, a lot of our students don't even know, like, you don't even have to be Black to attend these colleges, right? Like, so can you break down how that pipeline works and why that type of partnership with 39 different schools matters, you know?
For sure. So yeah, like Anissa said, there's 39 HBCUs. They're all across the United States. So it's a great opportunity to escape California. They're known for Black excellence, supporting Black students. But a common question I get is, do I have to be Black to go there? And you don't. It's for everybody, but that's what they are known for, supporting Black excellence, building that community. So it's really nice that you have a guaranteed pathway to over 39 HBCUs. You just need an ADT degree or a 2.0. Some require a little bit of higher GPA, but it's definitely a viable and streamlined process. What's cool is that you don't even have to worry about each course being transferred over. If you have that associate degree, then it is streamlined. You don't have to worry about, oh, is this course going to count? Is this class not going to count? And what's also amazing is that there's lots of scholarships, like the Cal HBCU scholarship, which is $5,000, and there's also the Hoffman Agency scholarship. So for those who are specifically majoring in communications, are like anything related to communications, journalism, English, public relations, that one covers your junior and senior year of tuition and fees at one of the partner HBCUs. So
Communications,
there's definitely things out there, so that is definitely an excellent pathway that I do think is underused by students. So definitely something that we talk a lot about, but we want to get the message out there that that is an amazing pathway for students to consider.
Right.
So, it's so much information, but we also like to have a little fun here. So I want to know, if transferring were a travel destination, what would it be and why? And your fun answer could be like Disneyland, it's exciting, overwhelming, sounds expensive, but it's just but if it was your destination for transfer, where would it be and why?
So I'm going to be a little out of the box with this question. I'm going to say it's like getting on a flight because I'm terrified of flying. So it's a little scary, but you got to go through the airport, you got to go through those little checkpoints with your baggage and go through the x-ray machine and all that. But once you get on the plane and you're in there, you're like, okay, I got this. So you really can go anywhere once you get on that plane. So it's just about getting to the destination and going through all those emotions that you're going to feel along the way and just knowing that that's normal. it's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be scared,
Right.
but you're gonna get there, and we're all here to.
And once you're there, you're in one piece and
Yeah.
you're ready to go. So I actually love that. I think mine would be more like Route 66 because it goes through so much. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like it's endless. There's a lot of stops. There's a lot of going. You got to pivot here and there, but it's honestly full of like really memorable stories and like memories and your development. You know what I'm saying? And then once you reach whatever place you're going, it's like life is a highway. Copyright infringement. Right.
I think for me, I think transferring would be like a hike, like a really big, like a big bear hike. Like it's treacherous. It's you know it's scary. You don't know where the next turn is. But once you get to like your peak, it's just like smooth sailing. You're like, I accomplished this. I'm here.
Right on. I love that. So now that we're warmed up, I know we dived into a question right away, but it's because we're just so excited to have you here. Let's pour into today's conversation. So like I said, we're going to be talking about our transfer blend, highlighting that California Community College to historically black colleges and universities pipeline, as well as other opportunities in the transfer center. Some people might not know, but Aleah is like a homegrown transfer girly here. Like started as our transfer and career center coordinator, right? And now she's our legit transfer counselor. So can you talk about that transition a little bit? Like,
Sure.
How does that affect how you're helping students today, you know?
Sure. So, like, I'm one of those students that it took me 6 years to get my associate's degree. So when I started here at Barstow, I had my associate's degree. I was a student success advisor. And all of the counselors and staff here were like, go to school, be a counselor, be a counselor. And because of that support system I had just here as an employee, I also was able to continue my education, make that transition to the Transfer and Career Center coordinator, get my bachelor's degree at ASU.
We're buddies with that, to be honest.
Yes.
Look at my pen. I didn't have a shirt, but I was like, look at this micro pen.
Yep, so I did my bachelor's degree online because, you know, family, kid, husband, all that. That's the route I had to go. And then I moved into a counseling position in 2021, which it just seemed like a seamless fit. I just love it. And I did everything online. You know, I was a first-gen student, so I understand the confusion that comes with trying to navigate that pathway and not having the support system.
Right.
So I take my experience and I want to make sure students don't have to go through that same experience. I want them to be able to come in, see me, and walk away knowing that they have support and all the answers that they need to get to that next step.
And just to give you your flowers, like you really did make my transfer process. I was also a BCC alumni, went to ASU, not because of Aleah, but I was working at Starbucks at the time. And, you know, coming from low income, like free 99 is it. So if you didn't know, if you work at Starbucks, they actually pay for your bachelor's degree through ASU online. I know it was a little bit of a bumpy transition, but having you as my coordinator to counselor, like it really just made it so much easier, and I felt so supported. So shout out to Aleah for sure. Like get with her. Her schedule's pretty full, but right, she's here.
All right, girl, let's talk about something a little daunting for students like deadlines. We all know about deadlines, you know, with work, with school, with anything like that. But they can be overwhelming for transfer students. But what are the absolute must-know dates and reminders that students should have in their phones or on their calendars or planners when it comes to transferring?
So I'm going to say there's 4 of them. We got time for 4. I'm going to talk about 4.
Okay.
So the first one is if you are UC bound, it's the UC Transfer Admission Guarantee application. It only opens twice a year, September 1st to the 30th and May 1st to the 30th. So if you are UC bound and you're shooting for that transfer admission guarantee, you got to make sure you submit the application during those time periods. And then the other one is the Cal State and UC admissions application itself, which it pretty much opens every October 1st and closes on November 30th. December 1st, some years, depending on the date. So you got to get the application in there. It breaks my heart every time students walk into the transfer center and it's past that deadline and they're like, hey, you know, I'm finishing in spring, so I'm done this semester. It's time for me to apply, right? And I'm like, well, technically, it was time last semester. So we really want to make sure that doesn't happen. So just keeping those deadlines in mind. And if you come in and see us early, it's okay. Just be like, hey, I'm applying. We'll let you know what, it's actually this time. That's okay. It's better to be early than to miss it. So the sooner you're in the transfer center asking those questions, the sooner we can make sure that students are staying on the correct timeline for them.
And I remember when I was onboarding to like help out the transfer center and stuff, I heard a phrase from one of our past deans, and she said like, transfer from day one.
Absolutely.
I really do feel like if that's in your mindset of like I'm transfer bound, or even if you're thinking about it, connect with you guys because again, it's so heartbreaking to see like I finally made it, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like they missed the deadline by a few months, and now they have to go to the next year. We all know how summer melt happens, and like when you take a year off, sometimes it turns into 5 years. So it's like
you get that taste of freedom.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not. And we're like, no, keep
Keep going, just don't stop. I love that. And we know transferring isn't just about like academics, right? Like it's also about finding community, you know, embracing yourself in the culture of whatever campus life that you have. So how does culture and student success centers help students feel at home and thrive when they arrive on a new campus? And do you think there's any like specific centers that have or programs that have jumped out at you in transfer?
Yeah, so at the universities, they all have unique services, but they do have some that are kind of like across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important part is to get involved with any of them. So all of the support programs are about building community,
Right.
getting that peer connection, and making sure that you feel supported, because it is a transition from the community college to the university. So you want to find your community, you want to find your people, and you want to find those safe spaces that are for you. So they're all over. So my best word of advice is, I'm not going to name a specific center. I'm going to say just seek out the center. So when you step foot on that campus, that is now your community. So ask whoever's walking by, a student, anyone in admissions, an advisor, an instructor. Just say, hey, I'm new here. I want to get involved. This is what I'm interested in. Can you point me in the right direction? So don't wander around, feeling lost.
Right.
Ask the question, get connected to the services, and start building that community, because you might also run into someone who also needs support. So you guys can support each other in those safe spaces that are across all of the university campuses. So get involved. Don't be shy. Make that leap and ask them questions.
Period.
So beyond the paperwork and all of the applications that students kind of have to like trouble through, it's also a big life transition when you do transfer to school, especially if you live on campus.
Mm-hmm.
What are some ways students can prepare themselves mentally and emotionally to embrace this next chapter in their life?
Right. So I think the best thing is to rephrase your mindset to see this transition to the university as growth. So you were here at the community college. It was a process to get used to this environment. So it's an adjustment. So you definitely have to take care of your mental well-being. So practice self-care, practice connecting with other students, and just really giving yourself that time to adjust. So it's not like the race, okay? It's let's take the time, let me get used to this campus, let me seek out services, and definitely take care of your mental health, because it will be stressful. So there's no way to kind of not feel that stress. We're human beings. We all have that little bit of anxiety or stress that comes with being in a new environment, and I think sometimes students let that hold them back.
Right, especially if you're first gen, right?
Yes.
But you just gotta dive in 100%.
Yeah, you gotta just make the leap and just know that just like here at those universities, there's a whole support system there that just wants to help you get to that finish line. I think that's what we all find.
And other students like you, right? Like I feel like a lot of times, especially if you're first gen, you come from some type of marginalized background or what have you, or even if you have a family full of college goers, you think you're alone in the process, and it's like there's thousands of other students on the campus feeling exactly how you feel. So tap into community 100%.
Yes.
And if you had that proactive mindset while you were here at BCC, take that with you. If you use all the services here at BCC, use all those services at the UCs or Cal States or wherever you landed up at.
Yeah, and we actually, we're going to be interviewing a student, RJ, Raymond Jenkins, and adding it to this episode too. And one thing that we had been talking, and he was really saying, he tapped into everything, okay? BCC really helped him, shape that mindset of, you know what, I'm not a burden, these are services and programs that are made for me, so, let me tap in, So tap in, 100%. We need to have that, as a tagline for the transfer center. So.
Get involved. Yeah. If you're not involved here now, you should be getting involved in something, because there's great programs.
Right. So to wrap things up, what's one message that you think every BCC student should, listening should take away about transfer, whether it's a piece of motivation, a little bit of game, advice, a myth you want to bust, etc.,
I think the biggest thing is to know that you're not alone. So sometimes we feel alone. We feel like, oh, I'm first in my family, or maybe I come from an economically disadvantaged background. I can't do this. But you're not alone. Like, there's a whole campus here that wants to support you. Your dreams are valid, and I think all of us at the end of the day feel very lucky to just be a small part of each one of our students' journey to that finish line. So you're not alone. We're all here for you, and we all want to be a part of it. So
I keep struggling with like not breaking out into songs because you keep saying you're not alone. That's something you and I know that confidence. They gonna cuff me. I'm saying
you gotta sing in a different tune,
right? That's the same tune. Why should you?
So as we steep in all of these great stories all season long, let's give y'all a little bit of a taste of what's already brewing here at BCC.
Yes, but before we do, bye, Aleah.
Bye, Aleah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming out and giving us some game. Again, like all the flowers for our transfer center and all of our counselors that are really making like the dreams reality, you know?
And if you have not seen Aleah yet as your transfer counselor, go see her now. Go see her today.
And her schedule might be impacted. I'm not going to hold you. So just a FYI, all of our counselors are transfer experts. She's just in the transfer center. So
yes, you have a great team of counselors here that all are here to support you. Very versed in the transfer process. So we all look forward to seeing you.
100%. Thank you again, Aleah.
Bye, Aleah.
Bye.
Peace.
Wow, y'all, she was so amazing. Like, Aleah is like, she's the GOAT when it comes to transfer.
She really is the GOAT. Bah.
I was refraining, but you or me, you were just like this. So 1, 2, 3.
Right. Bah. The intrusive thoughts will always win. I don't care, you know?
So again, as we steep into all of these fabulous stories and fantastic stories here at BCC, like you said, you had mentioned, what was the student's name?
Raymond Jenkins.
Raymond Jenkins. What a great interview. Again, we're going to link that with this episode as well. He went to Morehouse College.
From from the CCC system, right? BCC to anywhere, legit. Like, he's all the way in Atlanta, living it up, immersed in the HBCU culture. Like, it was a really great interview. I was so grateful that, you know, the stars just aligned. And just to give a little like background, me and Maddie, we work on these outlines for our episodes and put a lot into it. And the universe just works out for us. Like, we asked James Stellino, our athletics director, if he had any alumni that we could highlight. And he was like, say less. I mean, he contacted him for me. RJ responded right away. Again, the stars just aligned that he was out here.
Just visiting, right?
Just visiting, like getting some medical attention. He was in a sling, so he was getting ready for the new baseball season and whatnot. So he came down to LA. He came from LA to Barstow. It just aligned. He brought his mother. I was so grateful to be able to meet her. The inspo behind it, and yeah. So we're gonna be putting that in this episode too. So stay tuned for RJ, Raymond Jenkins, my boy, playing first string at Morehouse baseball. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen it yet, lock it. What's going on today, y'all? So we're back with our Equi-Tea podcast episode from BCC to Anywhere. Today I have the pleasure of having RJ, Raymond Jenkins, a current junior at Morehouse. Woo-woo. Earlier in the episode we're going to be talking about the California Community College pipeline to our historically black colleges and university. And it just so happened that we were able to get an alumni that is currently attending Big Morehouse, right? So we're going to be diving into that today. Currently pursuing that degree in kinesiology. I always struggle with that word, right? I need to do that hooked on phonics. Yeah. For real. Every time I look at it, I'm like, prepare. Still say it wrong. And a starter baseball student athlete. So that's pretty impressive. I got your little rundown. So RJ graduated magna cum laude from BCC in spring 2024 with that Associates of Arts in Liberal Arts. Wonderful degree. Also a graduate of Long Beach Polytechnic High School with a 4.2 GPA. So overall, just a star all around. Like, we're gonna give you your flowers, claps, all the things. So now looking to continue playing baseball professionally, right? And pursuing that career in health and safety engineering. So you're just that guy. I mean, we're super excited to have you back on campus. So first and foremost, how was that flight from Atlanta? I know that had been a little mission, right?
Yes, it definitely was, to be quite honest. The reason why I was actually down here and the reason why like the stars aligned is because I came out here to get my sling off. I just recently got surgery on my arm, had a labrum repair, and got it assessed by the doctor, and they said everything was fine. But other than that, the flights have been pretty smooth. Getting in a lot of sleep.
That's my approach to every. I don't care if it's a 45-minute flight, 4 hours. Like I'm sleeping.
Right.
Blocking everything out. A good playlist. I'm
Right.
on.
Just put my headphones on and just go straight to sleep.
100%. Speaking of like vibes, like music like that, I know these HBCUs are known for high energy, right? Like I see that smile. You're like, it's been cracking since I started here. So, especially when it comes to sports and all the extracurriculars, is there like a favorite maybe chant or tradition that you guys have on campus?
So every Wednesday, actually on Morehouse campus, we have Hump Wednesday, and we'll have a DJ come out, and we have everybody come out to the promenade, and we kind of have like, not a big party because obviously camp security and everybody is like trying to keep it under control. Yeah, no doubt. But we get to listen to music, see a couple of our friends that we normally don't get to see on a day-to-day basis, and it's just kind of cool, and we just kick it there. You know?
Right, I love that, especially like if you're busy going from class to class, you're an athlete too,
Right.
you definitely need that time to just see your people and kick it. I feel like that's the most grounding thing for me personally. I know there has to be food involved in that, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I was like, I know.
It's right in front of the cab, so if you don't have enough money to go to like the food trucks or anything like that, and you want to use your dining dollars, you go straight to the cab and you get whatever they serve.
Nice, nice. How was the food there?
It's ups and downs, I'm not even gonna lie. Some days you have really good food. We have fried chicken Wednesday, so a lot of people like that. But me as an athlete, I gotta watch what I eat, so I don't really like a lot of greasy
especially
stuff.
baseball, huh?
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm trying
Locked
to stay
in.
in best shape.
Yeah, locked in, especially getting that sling off, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
So when it comes to like that's a mission itself, right? From BCC to Morehouse. Is there like, what would describe that transition for you in like a word or phrase or anything, you know?
Honestly, it was welcoming. Very welcoming because not only seeing like-minded people, like-minded professionals that were actually in that field, they were willing to help me throughout the whole entire way. Now, when I just got there, it was kind of rough transitioning and just being like, I need to reach out to everybody, or hey, if you don't speak up, nobody's gonna help you. So I had to get out of that mindset of I'm gonna do it all myself versus hey, ask for help or ask what other people can do for you. And with that mindset, it's been a lot easier.
Yeah, I love that. Like I think especially for men, right? Like it's kind of harder. Like especially if you're first gen. I'm not sure if you are. Or, you know, this is your first crack at like university and stuff like that. You don't know what you don't know. So I think it's great that you actually took advantage of like. It's crazy how sometimes we think like, "What? I'm gonna be a burden," but the services are literally for us. You know, so that's really awesome. Was there anybody that like on campus that really welcomed you or like helped you tap into some of those things?
On Morehouse or Barstow?
Let's do Morehouse.
At Morehouse, it was really my coach. So Coach Grisham, he really helped me transition and get like the resources, and Coach Skinner, which was our assistant coach, but he does all of. He carried the hammer on the team. I'm not even gonna lie.
I can see that in your eyes.
I was about to say, I gotta watch what I say about him because I might be doing bear crawls next week. So, but he really helped me transition and connect with the right people, and it's been smooth ever since.
That's awesome. A lot of students, they really don't know, like, if you attended California Community College, we actually have an MOU, so like a contract, an agreement with 39 different historically black colleges and universities. Really? Were you aware of that? Is that what made you decide Morehouse? Or I'm assuming no based off of the vibe right now.
See, the crazy part about it is I didn't even know that we had that connection or that pipeline between HBCUs until after I graduated. After I graduated here and was already going to Morehouse.
Oh, wow.
I had a unique opportunity because I played at Compton Academy with Urban Youth Academy sports, and Coach Grisham, which is the head coach at Morehouse, he has a breakthrough team and they play at the same facility. So we got connected through my head coach, Kenny Landro, and that's what really like hit it off between us. And then Coach Delano just made it a smooth transition with everything else.
100% sidebar, like shout out to James Delano because he really did make this happen. We had the idea, Maddie and I had, we wanted to highlight the CCC, the HBCU pipeline, talk about just transferring in general, and I don't know, the spirits came, and I was like, let me hit him up and see if he has any alumni. Like, I'd love to interview an athlete, because y'all are cool. Like, we want it to be engaging and stuff like that. And then he's like, I got the perfect guy for you. You responded so quickly, despite the time zone. I'm just saying, like, it just all worked out. So thank you, James. It's wonderful what a coach can do for you, right?
Yeah, no doubt. He was one of the coaches that provided me an opportunity to even shine on the field, to be quite honest. Came from Cerritos Community College and had a redshirt there because of how many guys were there.
Mm-hmm.
And with Coach Delano, he made me feel comfortable. And from then, it was just like, I felt like it wasn't a coach to player. It was just like he really cared for me, and he really made sure that I was good at the end of the day. And then when he hit my phone up, I was just like, hey.
Absolutely.
He was like, hey, guy. And I was just like, what's going on? I was like, anything you need, I got you. It's just like, I got a podcast. He was just like, really want you to go on it. I was just like, I'm doing it. I was like, I'm there.
100%. I always get a little weary of the anything you need, because I'm that type of person. I'm like, anything you need. And then they ask for money. I'm like, anything I got.
I'm like, I'm still a college student.
Right. Don't forget, I ain't making it yet. So I might need to write an IOU or something like that in the future. I'll sign some stuff for you.
Right.
What made you say, like, yes, Morehouse, this is the move for me?
It was really when I went on a tour out there, because I had family out there, so we were always looking at Morehouse. When I was even going through Long Beach Poly, my mom, she really wanted me to go to Morehouse. I was thinking of it, but I was like, it's an all-men's college, so I don't really know. And then I was like, there's no real like pull, because the head coach isn't really trying to recruit me like that. But after going to, after completing my years here, coach really liked me, and he was just like, if you're gonna come here, make sure that you're like academically sound and that you're serious about your academics. And I was just like, okay. I was just like, how difficult could it be? But the curriculum out there is really tough, and it really kicked my butt the first semester with Calculus 3. But other than that, yeah, my classes have been smooth after getting my to hand it to me in that first semester.
Yeah. What helped you get, like, in sync with the curriculum and stuff like that?
Just experimenting different strategies, time management, because I didn't have a lot of free time, and then at the same time, it was just different events going on every week. I had my friends calling me talking about, oh yeah, we're going out, but I got all this homework because I transferred in as a dual degree engineer, but I recently switched to kinesiology. But I had so much homework, and the workload was just crazy, and a lot of my classmates or a lot of my teammates, they didn't have the same workload. So it was just like, oh yeah, we're going out, and I was looking at my workload, and I was just like, I was just like, yeah, I'll be able to go out next week. Right. I don't know about this week. So
it's great that you're able to stay focused like that, because I know FOMO's a mofo, like, real talk. It's hard to, like, not today, y'all. Especially when I know the events out there are cracking off. So, like,
yeah, and then you see about it on your like Instagram feed, and every time you just scroll up and you try to ignore it, it's just like pops back up,
right.
pops back up. And
it's that algorithm. That's geo advertising. Real talk. That's a real thing. Look it up. So, in what ways, has being at Morehouse and HBCU really enriched, like, your education, maybe your identity, personal values, etc. The culture?
No doubt, it shaped me to be a better individual altogether. My attitude, the way I talk, the way that I move, the way that I look at different things, like completing tasks. Although I look at it like, oh, it's homework or stuff like that, it translates to whenever I'm out, or if I'm working, or if my boss tells me I need to do something or something of the sort, it's immediate now. Before, I would procrastinate, or I would wait till the last minute, or just be like, I can push it off as long as I want. But now I get things done a lot more proactively.
That's good.
Yeah.
I always I've said this a couple times, it's like, we gotta wait till we feel water instead of us drowning, right? Like, you don't wanna, proactivity is the best way to go about that, for sure. So how do you think we could maybe, like, brainstorm or bring some of that HBCU vibes to BCC?
Ooh, that's a great question, to be quite honest. I would say, because you guys do have a lot of events on campus, and if you're not really tapped in with campus life, then it could be very easy to just be like, oh, you're just in the pantry or something like that. But I would just say advertising more, because the events that we do have here, it is really cool. And I remember as a baseball team, we would come out after practice and we would chill on the lawn, and you guys had like, I remember one time we had water balloons and stuff like that. It's just a good time. But you don't see a lot of students there, but it's also the fact that a lot of students are online too.
Right.
So it's a balance between advertising to the people that are here on campus and advertising to the people who are online also.
And shout out to the athletes. When it comes to setting up pantry or setting up these events, I low-key rely on the baseball players, our basketball players. Like when it comes to taking a little bit off of our maintenance team, y'all really do be coming through for real. So shout out to our athletes.
You guys pull up about 4 cars deep, just full of stuff, just ready to give out. And it's actually amazing what you guys do in the pantry. But we're happy to help every single time.
Yeah. I feel like it's like tapping into your cousins, like, I'm moving again. Please come help. It's
like,
squad
like
effort.
every couple weeks.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to students here at BCC or any California community college who might be considering transferring to a HBCU?
Take it serious. It's easy to push off all your assignments or just pick productive days. Like how I was balancing it out here was, I would get all my assignments done Monday, Tuesday, and then I'd have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and all the way out the week, all the way till Monday, to just do whatever.
Right.
When I went out to HBCU, that didn't work at all because I have block schedules, so I have that class every other day. So I have homework assignments every other day, and then from different classes. So it kind of counteracts. So I kind of have homework every day, and it has to be completed before the next class. Or you have to read more material before class just to know what the teacher is talking about during that class, which is kind of backwards in my eyes. But I was just like, hey, whatever we have to do.
You gotta do pre-homework.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do I have to do work just to understand what you're talking about beforehand? And I was just like, this isn't even the homework.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more that it requires from me. And it was just, it was a tough transition to go out there.
But you're making it happen, and that's
Yeah.
great. Like, it sounds like you're very grounded and you got your system locked in. Like, once you get a schedule, I feel like that's when it's easier. Like, okay,
Right.
pre-homework day, homework day.
Right.
So we talked about the journey and whatnot, getting into a little bit of fun. You know, we like to spill a little tea here. What's one, like, culture shock moment that you had coming from California to be out in Atlanta like that? Like,
Culture shock moment was probably first day on campus when we were moving in. Getting greeted with just the band. I was just like, I'm not used to this. And then it was kind of like drill camp because everybody was moving everywhere. And we were just like, hey, we got to move in all of our stuff. And it's just a lot of moving parts. And then some things aren't working, so I got to go talk to maintenance. And then I had to go run around and do all these different things. And got to go run to the chapel to go get my ID because I can't get into the complex without it.
it sounds like chaos for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely chaos. And then waiting in long lines and stuff like that. I was
Right.
just like, when is this going to end?
I need it to be day 2 already.
Yeah.
Or at least a nap.
Or I needed to be the weekend when I
Right.
had everything set up in my room already and everything folded up in the drawers.
I think a lot of people say like Californians have an accent. I've never really tapped into that, to be
Same
honest.
here.
But do
Whenever I
people
go
like
out
identify
there,
you?
yes, they're just like, yeah, you sound like you're from Cali. I was just like, I don't think so. I was like, I don't hear it or anything of the sort.
I think it's just because we're around our people here. We're just all locked in and stuff.
Right, we just all feel the same way.
That's what's up. So if you had to have like I'm thinking of that chaos day, right? Like to prep our students, our transfer students for that first day, what would be like your send-off song for them?
Send-off song for them, like if they wanted to just feel the chaos of it. Oh, that's a great question.
Or anything to like hype them up, you know?
Oh, hype them up, because any HBCU, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna learn a lot of line dances. And the line dance that comes on the most is probably flex. And for those who don't even know about it, is slide to the right, slide to the left, right foot, left foot, then turn. And you just keep repeating that from there, and everybody loves it from Atlanta at least. I can speak from that.
That's cool. Is it your thing now? Like you got it down?
Yeah, I got it down.
About be doing that at the Cali cookouts and stuff?
If it come on, I'm definitely there
You
doing
can
it.
show out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I know in your intro we talked about you graduating magna cum laude from BCC.
Mhm.
Now you're a starting baseball player at Morehouse, which is an awesome accomplishment in itself. You know, how do you balance like being an athlete, being an academic? You know, through all those types of transitions.
Yeah, it was rough. But how I balance it now is just get it out of the way in the front, like in the forehand, because parties are gonna last all the way till 3, 4 in the morning. So that's always gonna be there. There's always gonna be the next party. There's always gonna be the next day. There's always gonna be the next weekend, or the next time that everybody decides that, hey, we just want to go out or we want to have a cookout. So I have prioritized more schoolwork and making sure that I have everything done before I actually go out. So it was more just getting my priorities straight.
Right, because especially when you're out having a good time and then you have stuff you know you have to do.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
always tapping in the back of your mind. Like,
There's been days where we've been at a party and we're just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna sit here. We're just gonna get to the party because we have to get there early and it's free above a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
We get there and then we start having fun. And then you get that notification like, oh, assignment due, and you're just like, oh, it's not getting done.
I feel like the black and white film goes over and you're like, no!
Because it'll be the whole group and we'll all look up at each other and it's just like we're all blank faced and it's just done.
Have you ever seen that SpongeBob meme where he's like, oh, I gotta go. Like, I feel like that would be it for me. Like, I gotta get back to the room. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
So what role do you think BCC may have played in preparing you for that transition to Morehouse?
It honestly gave me the opportunity to even be at Morehouse. I attribute a lot of me being at Morehouse to the BCC and what you guys did for me here and just taking care of me and making sure that I was good. And another shout out to Coach Delano. Coach Delano, every single time, anytime I had any issues, problems, he was there to make sure that I was good and that I didn't have any like issues with school or baseball or even my living arrangement. Like he gave me a couple of the places that were out here because I was just like, hey, I'll be moving out here because I can't commute 2 hours every single time. Because my mom and my dad, they live in Long Beach. So it's just like, if I'm really gonna come out here, then I have to be in a living situation. And he was just like, we got a couple places for you. And I was like, all right.
Oh, that's awesome. I feel like that takes a lot of the pressure off too, you know, especially you're an athlete. I would not be wanting to make that 2-hour mission every day.
No doubt.
And that's if traffic is okay, right?
Yeah, and then we had a weight room in the morning too,
Yeah.
so it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to be waking up at 2 a.m. pretty much every day.
That schedule has to be tough too, and like it makes me think like how has being a student athlete shaped your experience here and at Morehouse, you know?
Being a student athlete honestly has shaped every character and every aspect of my life. Being competitive, trying to be the top of my class, being the top of baseball, like my team, competing with the next team, competing with everybody that's in my district. And with the BCC, being a student athlete here, it made me hone in on my athletics because it was just like you have the opportunity. You have the playing field where you're going to be playing and you're not going to be on a redshirt squad or you're not just doing it just to sit on the sideline. Coach Delano made me feel comfortable and he made me feel like, hey, you're performing, you're doing good, like just keep it going, just keep that fire lit. So every day I would come out here, even after practice, I would just be like, hey, can I get the keys? And he'd just like, yeah, I'll open up the cage for you. And I'll be in the cages with a couple of my teammates and we would work out pretty much every off day.
That's impressive. I feel like we're getting the backstory for this biopic coming out in like 10 years. So first interview with your girl. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So to close up, when you hear like our theme of this episode, from BCC to anywhere, what does that make you feel, you know, or what does that mean to you maybe?
It makes me feel honestly accomplished because a lot of my past was dealt. Even at Long Beach Poly, there was a certain point where I didn't think that I was going to play baseball or even do it anymore or like even pursue college or just I didn't know what my identity was. And to even make it this far and still be playing baseball, which my younger self would love at this point. And to be playing at Morehouse and to carry that on my jersey is just amazing.
That's beautiful. If you could talk to your younger self, right, like give him some game, what would that be?
Just keep going, keep moving forward with what he said. Keep moving forward.
Period.
Keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Because it's gonna keep getting tough.
Yeah.
And I know that I have a long road ahead of me, and it's gonna keep getting tougher and tougher. And just probably keep my attitude in check, more or less than anything. Because with this sport, it is very hard to like feel a certain type of way or feel any animosity towards anybody, because it's not really the players in a sense. It's more or less the coaches or outside factors that you don't even know about. So just stop putting that pressure more or less on myself and just play the game that I've always been playing since the T-ball.
And we're going to be rooting for you from the Viking house, so that's awesome.
And I'll always be back here to support you guys and everything, so.
We love that. I love that it's a give and take, right? You know, you gotta lift as you climb. I feel like that's a really great attitude that you have. And that's how you know you gotta blow, you know? We're gonna be watching for you.
Truly appreciate it.
Well, it's been a pleasure. I'm so grateful that you were able to come and talk to us today. We have this nice little Viking swag bag for you, so it's got a crew neck, everything in it, you know? I was gonna tax it, but
let's see what the crew neck is.
Designed by yours truly, you know what I'm saying? We got some real cool swag in there. There's a lunchbox, all the things. So, again, thank you for coming today.
Yeah. I love that. Oh yeah, we wearing that on the flight.
Keep you comfy. Yeah, that looks like a sleep crew neck for sure.
I don't know. I think it's good enough to wear on the campus.
Bo, you gotta
get on the promenade right during Wednesday.
You're a Viking, like what's happening?
What college that is? Yeah, I gotta shout them out.
Get some free promo for us.
Yeah. They gonna know about you guys in Atlanta.
100%. Well, again, thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, this has been Equi-Tea from BCC to anywhere, y'all.
So as we steep into these stories all season long, let's give y'all a little bit of a taste of what's already brewing here at BCC.
Yeah, so a new thing with the Mindful Space, they're actually going to be starting Mindful Space coaching with Dr. Banton. So if you need any life coaching, real talk, any success strategies, if you need a plan created, say you're struggling with procrastination, right? Dr. Banton, go in and see her. You guys will make a plan together. She'll show you how to implement the plan and then keep you accountable for doing it. So it's a really, really awesome services that's going to be starting in October, so shortly after this video is dropped.
And not only have I heard, I have seen Anchor Wednesday take off with like complete success. It's every Wednesday. If you're not aware, if you're here on campus, every Wednesday we have Anchor Wednesday here in the B Building Amphitheater, or if the weather's crazy, it gets shot up to the Viking Grill. But every Wednesday, it's always something different, it's something new. So there is something for everyone on Anchor Wednesday.
12 to 2 p.m.
Hey. And the next one is Anchored in Awareness. So it's Dreams, Service, and Ability will be October 1st, featuring our Dream Resource Center and our Veterans Center and our Access Department. Also, October 1st, as Aleah said, it's the CSU and the UC applications. So hit the Transfer Center, whether you're going to go see Aleah, Angelo, who's the success advisor, or Jessica, our coordinator.
100%. And then piggybacking on those transfer searches, this is the time of the season where they are busy, okay, booked and busy. They're going to be doing an HBCU Caravan College Fair on Monday, October 27th. So tap in, sign up for that. It's going to be, I believe, at Mount Sac. So free transportation, free lunch. There's going to be a live DJ, real fun, and on-the-spot admissions to any of those historically black colleges and universities. So definitely tap in, join the fun. Even if you just want to get off campus, get out of Barstow for a little bit. It's a really great trip. Also, October 9th, we're having the opportunity to pop in with a little popcorn meet and greet with our Dream Resource Center. So if you're undocumented, have family, etc., just an ally, you want to meet some of the people that are driving that work on campus, go pop in with them, have a little popcorn. Yeah, pop. Scooby-Doo pop. I'm telling you, I struggle with not breaking out into song. And then October 15th, Career Services Workshop with Melissa Church, our CTE Job Ready Coordinator. So tap in, y'all. We have a lot of stuff going on campus for everybody. So yeah, before we wrap up, let's jump into our favorite segment. Give me 5, girl.
Oh, we should come up with a little jingle for that.
Right?
Should we?
We should. Let
us know.
Yeah, if you're musical, you got some talent, let us know what we can do with that. But For sure.
Yeah, but these are like no fluff tips to kind of like for the transfer, process for yourself. And also, as Aleah mentioned, so this is our first tip. Don't wait. It's never too early to start your transfer process. So we transfer from day one. Have that process in your mind from day one. It's like she said, you'd rather be early than like miss the deadline total.
And then 100%. The second tip we have is visit campuses. Like we just said, go on that HBCU caravan. The transfer center has a plethora of different trips planned too. So if you want to immerse yourself on those campuses, just log in and go visit.
And also, use your support systems and, and have that proactive mindset when you leave Barstow College. So if you're using support systems here at the college, whether it's special programs and services, mindful space,
Transfer Academy,
or it's a club or an honor society, take those with you. Join a new honor society, join a new club, join a new frat, fraternity, sorority, whatever they are. Take those with you as you go on to the transfer process.
Perfect. And then protect your peace, right? So balance those applications with self-care. It's definitely okay to take breaks. Do them in small chunks. That way it's manageable. And then I'm gonna dive into our last one. Enjoy the ride, y'all.
Enjoy the ride.
Like, it should be a good process. It should be very exciting. Even though you might have a little anxiety and be anxious about the transition, you can do it. Lean on all the things that we just talked about, and it'll be a vibe.
Because the transfer process doesn't have to be so daunting. This is a very exciting time in your life. This is a new chapter that you're completely turning. Because once you graduate, that's already part of your journey. You're on to the next step. So it can be fun. Yeah, it's a little stressful, but you have us here to take care of you for that. Let us worry about that. Enjoy the ride.
100%. That's pretty much all that we have for Give Me 5. We definitely want to hear your feedback, again, on the episodes that we're doing. Maybe you have a student story that you want to highlight, or specific topics that you want covered. This is not just our podcast, it's our podcast. So we definitely want you to spill a tea with us, fill out that form in the description, and inform us on how we need to, pivot and put the razzle dazzle in for you to log in and engage with us. So that's pretty much all we had today, right?
And catch us on our next episode. It's a spooky episode!
Yeah, it's officially fall, y'all. We're so excited.
We want to do apple picking. We want to do pumpkin patches, corn mazes.
Corn mazes are no for me personally, but everything else I'm locked into. Scary movie season and everything.
Especially for me, I love soup season.
I love soup. Me too. I make a soup of Toscana that will rival your nonas.
So for our next episode, it is like spooky theme, but it's haunted haunted histories and ghostly gatekeepers.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about how BCC is breaking those curses of inequity in the system, right? Like, it's going to be really great. We're going to have some faculty members on. And then aside from that, we also have our next mini episode that we're going to be doing with cosmetology, y'all. We're going to be getting manis. We have shout out to Percy, one of our library technicians. She's going to be getting a whole blowout.
I'm getting a mani.
Yeah, I'm just going to be doing the interviewing because I just want to lock in Kiki with my girls down in Cosmo. Girls and guys down in Cosmo. So yeah, lock in, definitely. Tap into our next episode. If you haven't already, check out our previous episodes. We did make pizza with the president and all the things. So yeah, we're just super excited. This has been Equity Talk, the transfer blend.
The transfer blend. Equity Talk. Until next time, y'all.
Bye.